Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Step Chat here in the Floativerse. I am, for the life of me, trying to figure. Oh, that's right. I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, it's been a while since I've done this. Like last week, right? Yep. So there we go. I had to jump ahead here to my. I'm trying to get all my tech going, so I got everything together and getting everything right. So hi, good to see you all. Thank you all very much for being here. I'm not sure why I'm framed in this way that I am on Instagram tonight, but I am. So there we go. Um, Hi, good to see you. I hope you guys are having a better day than I am. So that's all I got to say. Today was a very bad day here at the Floaters of Solitude. It's not my story to tell, so just not good. So with that being said, Miss Stephanie, good to see you on Facebook. Thank you all very much for being here. Nicole Calloway, good to see you. Thank you for coming back once again. Adriana, always a pleasure. I hope you're feeling well. There we go. And over on the Instagram side of things, Casa de Lux Inglewood, buenas, good to see you. And little Poco Loco herself, Leslie Hicks, out there, one of our fabulous instructors. I can only assume that was, I'm not sure if that was all you in both cases, but there you go. So Greg Aragoni, only one more step chat for 2025 after tonight. That is true. That is true. Second, the penultimate 2025 episode. So there we go. So there we go. Indeed. Let's see here. A bunch of people jumping in. Linda, good to see you as always. Julia, pleasure. Love the story, by the way, Julia. Thank you. Sherry Hatcher out of Idaho. Thank you very much. Dina, good to see you. Oh, thank you so much for that. Joette, good to see you from Florida. Good to have you with us. Okay, let me check over here on the Instagram. My Balloons out of Canada. Good evening to you as well. I'm blanking out on names today. I should know this by now, but I don't. I apologize. I suck. Like I said, it was a rough day. So I'm doing the best I can today. We have a lot of information to go over tonight. Dion, good to see you on Facebook. And then over on Instagram, Cats Crafts Arizona. It's Dahlman. I remember that much. I can't remember your first name to save my life, but it's Dahlman, right? Am I right there? And Ron East, good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Okay. We have a lot of stuff to get to tonight, a lot of information. I've said that like 2 or 3 times now already, so let's do it again. Hey, we got a lot of stuff to get to tonight. A little bit of it's going to be redundant, but we got some stuff we got to get to, and so why don't we just get right to it? So let's get to the screen sharing factor here, because again, I don't want to keep you here for 2 or 3 hours, so because we all know how that goes. Bear with me for just a moment. While we get to this, let's make sure everything is working properly. Got to check this out to make sure we're going okay and not, because like I said, there we go. Okay, everything's good. All right, fantastic. We do run into problems every once in a while with the system, so I want to make sure that everything's working right. Kathy, thank you for that. There we go. Kathy Dahlman. Oh, good. So it's Dahlman. Well, I assumed it was Dahlman and not Dalman. But then again, you just never know. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome to another episode of Step Chat here in the Floativerse. Welcome. We are 35 days away from float. And if this scares you, I know for some of you, you're very excited about it. For me, it's terrifying because yesterday was the 1 month mark to when I land in Reno. So there is still so much to do. And I'm so like, okay, now it's crunch time, right? Like now every day I wake up kind of in a panic. So there we go. But yeah, the good thing is though, the knot in my back right now from stress isn't as bad as the one in JD's here in this photo. So at least I can take pride in that, right? So there we go. Elise, over on Facebook, good to see you. And Michelle, good to see you as well. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, this is a very busy week in the Floativerse. So why don't we take a few minutes we're going to take a few minutes just to recap everything that is going on this week, just in the float world this week, okay? First of all, we start off with the fact that today is the last day to get your Floaty Award entries and payments in at the $5 price point. They go up to $7 tomorrow. So please make sure if you're going to enter the floaties and want to save a few bucks, get your entry in today. If you get your payment in today, you have 24 hours to get your photos in. Okay. And guys, we're having some issues. So let's talk about this. Marquette, good to see you on Facebook. Thank you very much. Guys, the payment link is at the Orange Store. It's in the meme. Okay. floatconvention.com/orange store. Orange like the color, store like the retail, or as we say on Duolingo, la tienda. But you submit your photos to info@floatconvention.com. And remember, yes, you have to individually label each photo correctly. This is all in the rules. A lot of you aren't reading the rules. So please take a minute to check that, okay? Because again, somebody submitted a bunch of pictures and said, wait a minute, you mean I'm supposed to label each photo? Yeah. That way we don't have to do it for you, okay? And the bottom line is if you don't label them right, they either get sent back to you. If you refuse to relabel them, then you're out, despite the fact that you paid your fees, because you got to follow the rules. And the bottom line is it really makes it easier for us to function. Stacy Chase, one of our fabulous masterclass instructors. Great to see you. Julie Silla, as always, a pleasure to have you here. Phil Whitehead, our security director. Thank you very much for being here, sir. Good to see you. Looking forward to tomorrow. Okay. Is that Marivelle? Is that who that Marivelle? Ola Marivelle. It's Marry Me, but isn't that? No. That's some Marivelle. Is that you? Am I right? Ola Marry Me is Marivelle. Am I correct on that? Or am I botching you with somebody else? And Millennium Lori. Hey, Laura Sen, good to see you on Instagram. Can I tell you what the floaties are? Yes, the floaties are a photo submission contest. Not everybody likes to compete live, so we allow people to submit photos of their work over the last 2 years. And there's 33 different categories. And there you go. So all of that information can be found on the Float website under the competitions page, under the Float section. Okay. If you scroll down to the very bottom, that's where you'll see the information there about the floaties. And if you click on that bottom link, the floaty rules will pop right up. The button is mislabeled a little bit. Melody, is that you? It's Raining Balloons. Is that Melody Cammer, if I'm not mistaken? Good to see you. And if not, I apologize in advance. So the button is mislabeled, though. It says click here for the float rules, like the competition rules, but that is the floaty link at the very bottom. So there you go. Yeah, I got Melody right. This is the great thing about doing badges. It does help me a little bit with names and stuff. So, Stacy Chase, random question. We're going to come back to that one because that's completely off topic for the rest of this night. Okay. But we will come back to it. So there's that. Okay. So that's today. You've got till midnight tonight to get those puppies in. Now we move to tomorrow. For those of you that are members of Aloft Streaming, you will get your invitation tomorrow for Tuesday's class. So be sure to check your mailboxes tomorrow morning. Please remember, if you have Gmail, as I talked about in my video clip over the weekend, if you have Gmail, please check your promotions folder for those. Otherwise, check spam, junk, all that stuff. Do a search for floatconvention.com. People are making the mistake of checking for Aloft. That doesn't necessarily find it. You got to check for floatconvention.com, okay? Sarah, good to see you over on Facebook. Thank you very much for being here. And Dina, God love you for doing double duty. Dina's posting links on both Instagram and Facebook. God, I adore you. Thank you so much for that. Now, this is gonna take a few of you by surprise or maybe anger some of you. I don't know, but I don't. There's nothing. There is, but I got to keep going. So, if you watched my update from the van driving on video on social media over the last couple of days, you already know this. If you didn't watch it, there you go. So, as of the end of last Monday, we had 35 flotation passes sold. The original plan was 40. We sold 35. Then I went to place my order for the gift. And it turns out that item is no longer available. So I picked a supplemental gift, which is very close, but it's still not the same thing. But because of that, I got an extra week. So I got 5 flotation passes left. If you did not get one, you still got time. You got till tomorrow to get it. I got to place the order on Tuesday. That's all there is to it. But again, keep in mind, we'll go over that in just a minute. Okay, Marivelle, that is a question that we're going to have to get to later on in the conversation. Okay, so there we go. Arlene, good to see you. Wow, a whole bunch of people jumping on. Pia Guadalupe, our fabulous fashion show designer. Good to see you. Nicole, good to see you. Arlene, good to see you as well. But we're going to expand on this a little bit more shortly. Also, tomorrow, for those of you watching on the Float crew, please remember that you have we have a meeting scheduled tomorrow night, a Zoom meeting tomorrow night. It's 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and whatever the hell time it is where you are. So check your emails for that, and we'll be sending out a reminder tomorrow morning. If you are unable to attend, please let me know. Okay? Wow, 37 already. Holy cow. Okay, there we go. Yes, everybody's jumping in with the 37s. Thank you. Don't forget, on Tuesday is our virtual class for Aloft this month, featuring the power of press releases with our talents of Deborah Fellman. The class is going to be on December 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Pacific time, and whatever the hell time it is where you are. If you are an Aloft member, that invitation is going out to you tomorrow, as we've already covered. If you are not an Aloft member, you can either join Aloft, which we're going to talk about a lot more tonight, or you can just sign up at the Orange Store. Again, at floatconvention.com/orange store. It's $25 for the access. All of the money raised through sales of tickets for this class is being donated to cancer research, okay, in honor of Deborah. So that's going to be this coming Tuesday. So there we go. That's our monthly virtual class. Remember, as a member of Aloft, you get monthly virtual classes. And I will be conducting this particular class in memory of Deb. So there we go. Also on Tuesday, after the class is over, our Making Friends for Float segment is going to be taking place with Lisa McIntyre. This, you guys used to know this is Kicking Back with Lisa Mac, but we are no longer streaming the program. This is now exclusively just on Zoom. So basically, it now means that the entire event is after party mode. So there you go. That'll be taking place on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And you guessed it, whatever the hell time it is where you are. The link to that call will be posted in the Float the Convention Facebook group. Okay? Because it is private. We have been porn bombed in the past when it was public. So now we have to keep that kind of private, as you can imagine. So there we go. Cheryl Skort, good to see you, one of our fabulous crew members. Thank you. Also, don't forget, this Christmas Day, for those of you that maybe you're spending Christmas alone and you don't want to be alone. Maybe you're with a bunch of family and you just want a break. Or maybe you just want to check in with the balloon people on that special day. I will be hosting a special episode of Step Chat here live on Facebook only. It will not be done on Instagram. It'll be done on Facebook, okay? It'll be broadcast on the Facebook page. That will be from 12 p.m. Pacific time to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so we'll be out there for about 2 hours. We do this every Christmas. Love to have you join us. Like I said, you're not alone. Okay, you're not. There's people here, and we're here for you. So if you're by yourself on Christmas, or you need an escape on Christmas and you need somebody, you can hang out with us. Okay, so we will see you coming up on Christmas Day. This is like the 5th time we've done this. We started it in 2020 during COVID, and we kept it going ever since. So there we go. Very excited about that. So, yeah, we'll see you on Christmas Day. Okay. Now, really quickly, I know we went over this last week. I'm going to go over it again very quickly. These are the benefits that are involved. So if you're thinking about getting a flotation pass, these are the benefits involved. This slide is wrong, and I don't know why I didn't catch it sooner. We have 5 bonus classes at Float. I don't know why I keep saying 4, but we actually have 5. And because of that, I'm missing an instructor on this screen here. So Arona Clemens is also teaching a bonus class at Float. So we have 8 master classes, 5 bonus classes. You get unlimited come and go access to all of those, and you get the notes for all 13 classes in one beautiful binder. called the Flotation Folio. So that's all part of it. Also, you get 3 buffet lunches and 3 30-minute classes with our friends at Gemar, Anagram, and Batalic. Gemar is going to be featuring an artist teaching round balloon flower designs. Anagram is going to have bubblegum balloons with us, teaching social media tips and tricks. We do not yet have the topic from our friends at Batalic. Feel free to reach out to them and say, hey, what's that class going to be at Float? Love to hear about that. Maybe you can help. Thank you. Also, don't forget, you get 1 complimentary session of corporate headshots with Mike Nakamura. He is one of Microsoft's key photographers. He's coming to Float. And we have more information about that coming up very, very soon here in this episode tonight. Also, don't forget, you get a jump start of 48 hours to sign up for your general classes at Float. This means you are guaranteed to get the classes you want because everybody else be signing up on Thursday and Friday. You get to sign up on Wednesday. You also get early VIP access to the vendor showcase on Sunday, January 25th. Everybody else gets in at 11. You get in at 9 a.m. You get 2, not 1, but 2 reserved seats at the Designer Awards Gala for yourself and a friend, yourself and your spouse, whatever. There you go. Please keep in mind, whoever you're bringing, if they're not registered for Float, they have to have a ticket. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And you get early access to the Float orange carpet, so you can get your pictures taken and all that fun stuff without crowds of people standing around and hammering and all that fun stuff. You get 6 drink tickets for Monday or for Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday evening events, and you get a surprise gift from me, which we've already talked about, and something, a little surprise here and there coming at you. So 5 passes left. Remember, this is about $1,300 worth of merch and classes and benefits. You get it for $8.95. Now, I need to remind everybody, because the number one question I've been getting from everyone since I posted the video, wait a minute. If I'm paying $7.95 and the Float pass is only $8.95, why would I not pay another $100? Because that's not how it works. You have to think of this as a lightning lane pass at Disneyland. You get incredible benefits by buying a lightning lane pass at Disneyland. You pretty much get to pick and choose when you go on just about every ride. But you don't get into the park with it. Same deal. You still have to pay $7.95 to come to Float, or $5.75 if you're an international delegate. And then you pay $8.95 for the flotation pass. So it is not just an upgrade of an existing. It is an upgrade, but it's an add-on. So it's not like another $100. It's another $8.95. So please keep that in mind. I have 5 of those left. If they're not sold by tomorrow, I'm closing it up and we're done. That's all there is to it. Balloon Club, good to see you. All right. Okay. Oh. I know it starts with a B. Or is this Day watching? I know it starts with a B, and now I'm blanking, and that's not it. I'm kicking myself right now. Oh, darn it. Okay. Sorry. So there we go. Okay. Miss Stephanie, good time question. Steve, isn't there a masterclass going on at the same time when the vendor showcase opens? No, there are 2 masterclass going on at the same time that the vendor showcase opens. Yes, there are benefits that overlap at the convention, and there is nothing that can be done about that. So there you go. Jessica, wait, so why am I so off? How did I get so far off? Is it the last name? Either way, sorry. Okay, so thank you, Jessica. So are both of you watching? If so, hi. And hi. There you go. So yeah, master classes on Sunday start at 8 a.m. Vendor showcase starts at 9 for the VIP access. Yes. So there you go. Keep in mind, there's some people that don't want to go to the classes. They just want the notes. So that's exactly how this works out. So there we go. Okay. Let's see here. Now, wait. Here's a great question on Instagram from Sunny Day Party Art. If we have a ticket to Float and already bought a couple of master class passes, could we get a refund by buying the flotation pass. Yes, absolutely you can. Yes. We have no problem with upgrading. And frankly, at this stage in the game, when it comes to master classes and bonus classes, we don't have a problem with refunds either. You just lose the money. You just lose the transaction fee, right? But no, if you want to upgrade, by all means. So if you've paid a couple $100 already for masterclass tickets, and then you just like, screw it, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. So do me a favor, reach out to me. Since you're on it, you can send me a message on Instagram if you prefer, or if you want to email me at steve@floatconvention.com. That'll work too. And then at some point tonight, we can get this taken care of. Hey, Brianna Silvio's out there. Good to see you, Brianna. Thank you. One of our fabulous masterclass instructors. So there you go. So yes, you can absolutely do that. So there we go. Julie, I didn't see the link. I'm assuming the link to what? Is that for you mean for flotation passes? If that is the case, you are correct. You're not going to see the link because that link does not openly, publicly exist. Just like we don't put the links out there for master classes and bonus classes in the public eye. But if you check your float emails, issue number 10, issue number 9 has direct links to the pages in the emails. Okay. Not the reminder emails, actually last week's reminder email has the link to the flotation pass in it. But like, the emails you get to say live Q&A tonight or whatever, that doesn't normally have a lot of content in it. But if you find the float notes emails, issue 10, issue 9, the direct link is in there. So there you go. But at the same time, if you, and sunny day for you, you have two options. You can either buy the flotation pass and we'll address the cancellation. But the easier thing might be to do is, like I said, just reach out to me and we can do an invoice for the balance. That way it's easier as far as accounting purposes go, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. Keep it moving. Now, for those of you that like, ooh, that flotation pass is a little rich for my blood, then let's talk about Aloft, because there's some pretty damn good benefits in the Aloft program too. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar, Aloft is our 24/7 streaming service. Aloft offers we'll talk about that in just a minute. But yeah, for many people didn't realize that a long time ago, before there was Float, there was Array Deco Video, which was we produced educational balloon DVDs. That's how old this is, or that's how old I am. Okay, fine. And with all that, then we turned into Float. We started getting all this content, and we realized, and we used to sell DVDs, we used to sell all that stuff, and of course, me being, cranky old dude, it really got to a point. It really got to a point where people were like, I need to download this. I need to download this. I need to download this. And of course I was still making DVDs. And so we eventually switched over to like the 21st century. But then as technology got better and as I realized that I could now afford to pay people to do things, there you go. So we created the Aloft streaming service. If you are coming to Float, I'm going to tell you right now that this might be one of the smartest buys you do. Okay. So let's think about this. Let's see here. So, wow. Holy crap. Okay. So much stuff's come in yet. Becky, we'll come to that. Becky Posdak, we'll come back to that. Patriot Balloons, we'll come back to that from Instagram. Jessica from Bargain Balloons, good to see you, my dear. Thank you very much for being here. Stacy Chase, fun fact, if you search for balloon hamburger, you're number 1. Okay, thank you. Very good. Juana Jimenez, one of our fabulous fashion designers over on Instagram. Good to see you. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep this moving. So if you are coming to Float, these are the reasons why you want to join the Aloft streaming program in time. First of all, VIP benefits for Aloft members. There will be an exclusive line just for you at registration. Okay, so if you're an Aloft member, there is an exclusive line just for you at check-in. Also, you get the same early access to the vendor showcase on Sunday. Okay. You don't get all the master classes and everything, but you get the same VIP access. And you get one reserved seat at the Designer Awards Gala. Not two, like the flotation. You only get one, but you basically get to put yourself in a seat. As many of you know, it's open seating unless you're sitting at a reserved table. But now with this reserved seating, as an Aloft member, you get to reserve your own seat at the event. Remember, if you are an Aloft member and you buy a flotation pass, you don't get both benefits. You just get one. You get the better of the two. So you get the 2 seats, okay? So there we go. Love you, love Murphy more. Funny, funny, funny. Okay. Yeah, everybody does. All right, as far as Aloft discounts go at Float, you get 10% off all Float merchandise at the convention. Okay. This is a new one. 2-for-1 raffle tickets at Float. So you show off your little flag on your badge at Float, and you get 2 tickets for every one that you buy. That's not a bad deal. And you get 50% off the headshot photography that's being done at Float. You don't get one free, but you get 50% off. We're going to cover that shortly. I promise we're getting to that. Don't worry. I got a slide, so bear with me, okay? There we go. And finally, as far as education goes, now you get a 24-hour head start to sign up for your general classes. So the flotation pass people are guaranteed to get their classes because they get to sign up on Wednesday. You get to sign up on Thursday, which is the day before everybody else. And remember, as a member of Aloft, we are recording classes at Float. We are recording classes at Float. We have not yet determined which classes those are going to be. If you are a member of Aloft, you will get free, unlimited access to those recordings after the convention. Just saying. Okay, so there's that. Also, don't forget that with your Aloft membership, even without all that, you get unlimited streaming access to over 150 videos, classes, podcast episodes, and more from industry-leading professionals. Yes, I'm reading, but it's okay because it's my slide. You also get exclusive monthly live virtual classes that we do every single month. And of course, you get benefits to Floativerse events, whether it's Float, whether it's Fulcrum, which has been alluded to earlier. And now it looks like the other secret project might be back on the table. Just saying. So there's that. Just saying. So exclusive benefits and discounts to you by going to Floativerse events. Pricing, you might be wondering. Aloft costs you for 1 year of access, it's $120. That breaks down to $10 a month. No, you don't pay it monthly. Come on now, I'm not dumb. It's an annual fee of $120. That breaks down to $10 a month. If you want to save, you don't want to spend as much money, you can sign up for 6 months of access to $80, which is less than $15 a month. Keep in mind, these auto-renew. These memberships auto-renew. You have to go in and cancel it yourself, but we don't hide it from you. You just got to, but we're not going to just, it doesn't expire at the end of a year. It auto-renews at the end of a year. It auto-renews at the end of 6 months. There's a Ryan Farewell. What? I don't know what stands for. So there you go. Okay. Also, don't forget, if you want these benefits at Float that we've talked about, if you want to get these benefits, you must join Aloft by no later than January 5th. You got to join by January 5th in order to get your access. Okay. You can join at any time, but you can't show up at the convention, join Aloft, and then be like, look, I just joined. Give me all my benefits. Nope. You must be joined up in advance by January 5th in order to get the benefits of your membership. You want to join right now. floatconvention.com/aloft. floatconvention.com/aloft. I'm not going to kid you. I firmly believe that Aloft is one of the absolute best ROIs there is in this industry. There are ridiculously talented people putting out these classes. How many of you right now watch people teaching stuff that are just regurgitating the same stuff you're seeing on everybody else's Instagram feed? That ain't Aloft. The average length of classes with Aloft, the average length of our video content is an hour. And no, it's not an hour of you watching people blow up balloons. Uh-oh. Go figure out what that was, Murph. We just had a weird sound come out from behind me. It is mouse season, so hopefully he'll find it. If that's what it is, it could be a temperature thing. We have a small leak. It could be rainwater. Who knows? So there we go. Okay. I'm just glad to know that my camera's still working. So consider joining Aloft. We'd love to have you. All right. As you all know, this year we created the Float Foundation program, foundational basic training. There are only 12 spots left in the program. Now, full transparency, no, that does not mean we have 100 people in the program. We gave up on that a long time ago. We ordered 25 books. That's where we were. We're at 13 class students now. We read the room. We said, you know what? This isn't drawing a ton of people. So let's just go ahead and cap it at 25. So we bought 25 books and there we go. So that means I got 12 spots left. So if you would like to join us as part of the foundational training, we have 10 of some of the most intelligent and talented people coming to Float that are going to teach you the basics of ballooning. The classes include a class just on making arches, a class just on columns, classes on helium use, twisting, basic sculpture work, basic framing, organic basics, right? Which I know a lot of you probably already know, but it never hurts to learn it from somebody else, right? And then you got 3 business classes: business basics, things you absolutely have to know and do. You've got intro to social media, and we've got questions, queries, and qualifiers, which is one of my favorite. It was my brainchild, but the most amazing teacher is teaching it. That's Brianna Silvio. And that's all about, like, somebody gives you a situation. What are the questions you need to ask that person before you agree to take that damn job? Okay. So there we go. Very excited about that. But that means we got 12 spots left. So if you want in, you got to get in. Okay. Let's talk about the remaining deadlines and things that you need to know about coming up in the Floativerse. First of all, floaties. After this week, the next deadline is December 31st. Your floaty submissions must be in by December 31st or else you're out of time. Okay? So there's that. All right. International discounts. For those of you that live in Canada, for those of you that live in Mexico, Puerto Rico, for those of you that live in any other country, for those of you that live in Alaska and Hawaii, the international discounts officially end on January 2nd. The price is currently $575. If you do not sign up in time, your price jumps to $895. So if there's ever been a time to get that discounted price, now is it. You've got just about 10 days or so left to get the discount. All other discounted rates end on January 2nd. The Jam Pass goes up in price. The Weekend Pass goes up in price. The international discount completely goes away, and the current price of Float at $795 increases to $895. If there are any spots left in the foundational program, that's just closed at that point. So there we go. And if we do decide to do it, it'll be $895 for that too. So there you go. So all of those discounted rates end on the 2nd. That's the last day. If you have not yet booked your hotel room at the GSR, your last day is January 5th. These guys have one of the most generous reservation policies I've ever seen, because most places cut you off like a month before. Like you'd been cut off like this week. But the fact that they're letting you go all the way to January 5th, that's tremendous. So the last day to book your discounted room at the GSR is coming up. It's coming up on January 5th. Sherry Hatcher, are the notes from the foundation classes going to be in the general notebooks? Yes, they are. So there you go. Okay. Yeah, that was an easy question. Yes, they are. As we've already stated, the last day to join Aloft Streaming and get the benefits at Float is also January 5th. And the last day to pre-enroll in all master and bonus classes is also January 5th. What does this mean? What does this mean? It basically means that you cannot. So right now, master and bonus classes are $99 and $25 respectively. After January 5th, you cannot pre-enroll at all anymore until the convention. It's too much of a nightmare to deal with it in the last 2 weeks. And so when you get to float, you can then sign up for a master class or a bonus class. But guess what? It's going to cost you more. It's going to cost $125 a person for a master class, and it's going to cost $35 for a bonus class. Boy, that'd be a hell of a price increase. So it's $125 versus $99 and $35 versus $25. And all the bulk rates are gone. So like the 3 class passes and that kind of, they're all gone. Okay. So if you want to take advantage of this, there you go. All right. Jessica Patty, what's the hotel situation? I don't know what the hell that question means. We're nowhere near. I did an entire video on this today, by the way, on in the Facebook group. But if you mean like the hotel has like 2,000 rooms. We're good. We're good there. If there's something else you're asking about, let me know and I can answer that. Cece, where can I find the dress code? That's on our Instagram feed. Go to Instagram. I posted all of that today, and it was in last week's Step Chat. So if you want to check out last week's episode, we went over all that in detail too. We're not covering that tonight because we got a lot of other stuff to get to. Okay. And again, January 7th, Wednesday, January 7th, those of you who are holding flotation passes, that's the day you get to enroll in classes. If you are a member of Aloft Streaming, you get to enroll on January 8th, and everybody else gets to start signing up on Float Friday, January 9th. Okay, there you go. Jessica, I literally just covered that slide. That's so funny. I literally just covered that slide. Like seconds before you asked it, or seconds after you asked it. The last day to secure your discounted rate at the GSR is January 5th. There we go. Okay. There you go. Okay. Please, dear God in heaven, I am begging everyone who is listening to the sound of my voice, if you are coming to float and you have not yet sent me your headshot, please, dear God, get that to me. As of today, I only have like 300. Guys, there's like 650 or something like that of you coming. And definitely more than that by the time it's all done. We cannot wait till the last week to get this done. So please, 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 like all of these beautiful people and all the beautiful people before them, please take a moment to send me your headshot so we can get your badge ready for the convention. There we go. Joette, thank you for posting that. The link is in the sponsor vendor emails and in delegate emails. There you go. Thank you from steve@floatconvention.com. Yes, it is. So there you have it. And now I know who's not reading her emails. Busted. You know I love you. There we go. All right, don't forget, folks, if you're going to send me headshots, please send me your bust up. Please don't send me full body pictures because then your head is like super, super tiny pixelated. Please submit a recent photo. We all looked better 10 years ago. The guard's got to be able to ID you. No hats, sunglasses, anything that's going to obstruct the view of your head. Obviously, religious garb is a different situation entirely. But please, I know that you may normally wear a hat 90% of the time, but please send me a picture without the hat. Please try. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the sexy pose with the hair over the eyes, but you can't do it in these pictures because it's for security purposes. And I think it should go without saying, but clearly it has not. Please do not overly filter your photos. Snapchat is fun, but not here. AI is a wonderful thing too, but don't send me your Christmas candy cane, your peppermint picture. Come on now. And no cartoon avatars. I understand that you might be a little bit insecure, but please send me this. Okay. Terry Webb, did I get Tammy's? Yes, I did. And I sent her an email, by the way, about her bonus class situation. So can you please tell her to check her email and respond to me on that? All right. Yes, it does make it a little bit difficult. That's why it's highlighted, and it's a little bit smaller than normal. But I just went over everything, so that's fine. So there we go. Okay. So sorry. People forget that I'm on a live call every Sunday night at 6:00. All right. Let's talk about my man, Mike Nakamura. Mike is going to be at Float. It is officially confirmed. His flight has been purchased, all of that good stuff. He is going to be taking headshots on Wednesday, January 28th. Okay. The times that will be available are 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. If you'll notice the time frame, that is as people are getting ready for the gala. So Mike is going to be taking pictures as you're all dolled up for the gala. So please remember, flotation members not only get free headshots, but they also get first dibs on times. Mike can do roughly 20 people an hour. Okay. So he's going to take pictures from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. He's going to take a lunch break from 2 to 3. He has to be involved in the tech rehearsal because he's also taking photos for us that night at the gala. And then he's going to be taking pictures from 4 to 6 p.m. doing headshots. If you are an Aloft member, your price is $50 for these headshot photos. And if you are not an Aloft member, you're going to pay $100 for the session. Okay. You will have two different backgrounds to choose from. You can choose from a more traditional corporate type background, or of course you can choose from a fun balloon background. And we'll talk about this next week because I'm not prepared to talk about it right now. So we'll talk about it next week. So there we go. Okay. So signups for that. For those of you that are members of Flotation, you'll get to start picking your spots probably this week. More than likely, you'll get an email this week that says, hey, guess what? You get to pick a time. So there you go. Those of you that are not Flotation Pass holders, you will have to wait until Float to book a headshot session. Okay. Also, this week, gala guest dinner tickets go on sale. They'll be on sale through the Orange Store. They're going to go $99 for full delegates and $125 for Jam Pass holders. Now, what does this mean? And this is a bit confusing, so that's why I'm glad I just realized that this could be a problem. If you are a full delegate coming to Float, the gala is included with your ticket. Okay. This means if you're buying a ticket for a guest, it's $99. So if you have an academic ticket to Float, okay, if you have an academic ticket to Float, if you're coming to Float to take classes and your spouse is coming with you, or you've got a friend that wants to come, you can buy them a ticket for $99. Okay. Anyone else, including Jam Pass holders, if you would like to come to Float and go to the gala, it's $125 for the ticket. Okay. It's that simple. So let's just say you're watching this video and you live in the Reno area and you have no intention of coming to Float, but you want to come see all the spectacular balloons at the gala and have dinner on us. Well, that'll be $125. Okay. Those will go on sale this week and they will go on sale through the Orange Store to make life easier for all of us. Okay. There we go. All right. At this time, we want to remind everybody that sponsorships are still available for Float. And this week, we want to share the exciting news about not a new sponsor, but something new sponsored. So we want to give it up to our friends at Balloons Everywhere. Last week, we just announced them as a digital sponsor. I'm thrilled to share with you that this week, they have upgraded their sponsorship. They are now sponsoring the Designer of the Year Award. So our friends at Balloons Everywhere are now the proud sponsor of the Designer of the Year Award, and they're going to be the ones handing it out. And guess who's going to be handing it out? I'll give you a moment. Those of you old schoolers, you know the name Dan Flynn, formerly of Pioneer Balloon Company. Well, Dan is now proudly employed by Balloons Everywhere, and he's going to be there to hand out the award that night. So congratulations, and thank you so much to our friends at Novaloons and Balloons Everywhere for sponsoring the Designer of the Year trophy. Very excited about that. We thank you. We also want to take a moment to remind everybody that perfect. Oh, hey, somebody watching the live took my thank you. Thank you so much. I just saw you on the live about the headshots. Thank you. God love you. Thank you. Want to remind everybody that one of our other sponsors, our friends at Bobaloon, are giving away a free precision electric inflator. This is being given away to an attendee at Float. Okay. You've got to be there in person to win. Okay. So in other words, it's so funny because I'm watching all this and I'm watching all these people go nuts and entering this contest and they're not eligible. It's just so funny. But they're doing it. So our friends at Bobaloon are giving away a free digital inflator. Follow the rules. Again, you can find it. We're collaborators on the post. So if you just go to our Instagram feed, you can find it there as well. You just got to follow the instructions and there you go. So yay. Okay. And again, as I understand it, I think they're giving it away on Sunday the 25th during the vendor showcase, and you must be present to win. So there we go. Yes, Cloud9. Thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate the fact that you did that. Thank you. So there we go. Okay. Just checking back and forth on both my feeds to make sure everything's fine. I'm also thrilled to share with you that we got a new vendor coming to Float in the vendor showcase. Technically, we got two, but I can't share the other one yet. I'm not allowed to share the other one yet. I got to wait a week. But this one's a big catch. I'm kind of happy about this. Like, I never thought in a million years this would work, but it did. Oriental Trading is coming to the vendor showcase at Float. They've got a booth, and they're coming to Float. I'm very excited about this. Who here doesn't know Oriental Trading? For the first time, they're coming to Float. They're going to be in booth L11. So we're very excited to have them joining us. Yeah, I'm really stoked about that. Really, really excited. Like I said, actually, we have two new vendors coming, but I can't say the other one yet. I would love to. I really would, but I can't. But we're also getting new inquiries. We just got another new inquiry yesterday. So I am very excited about this. There's still very much the possibility of more and more names being added to this as we go. I know. Is Blanca, is that you? LA Balloon Events, isn't that you? I am very excited myself about this one. I think it's very cool that Oriental Trading is coming to Float. I do. I think that's really, and it's so, the reaction when I tell people this is, I get in the same row. Oh my God, really? Like, yeah, it's like very cool, isn't it? Like, it's almost as exciting as a leaf gutter company, right? Most scandalous moment in the history of Float. Hey, we had to survive. There we go. Hey, don't forget, booths are still available. I have 65 spots left in the show still. I had a lot of booth space left. Remember, this is the first time we have a trade show floor of up to 180 booths. We didn't necessarily think we were going to sell the whole thing out. But we wanted to go big. So there you go. So booths are still very much available. If you'd like to join us, if you've got a product or service that you want to get in front of hundreds and hundreds of balloon professionals, then you want to be at Float. So check it out. Reach out to me privately. You can see what's going on at floatconvention.com. We'd love to help you out. Thank you very much for that. Okay, at this time, we want to remind everybody about the sponsored social functions that are taking place at Float. First of all, we want to give a big shout out to our friends at Gemar and Batalic for sponsoring Float's opening night. Gemar will be handling the entrance decor. And here is a very big announcement regarding Batalic. Sorry. I was like, how exactly am I? Because I wasn't expecting to share this tonight, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm thrilled to share with you. I don't have a slide for this, and I apologize. Okay. Hold on. There's a bunch of stuff coming in. Let me get back to this. So I want to share with everybody that I don't know who's designing the entrance for Gemar, but I do know who's designing the entrance for Batalic, or the stage and room accent decor for Batalic, and that would be one Gem Evangelista. Very excited about that. So Jam is a fabulous designer, and I'm really excited to see what he's about to do for us at Float. He and I were just on the phone the other day talking about stuff, and it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you, Jam. We're very excited about that. Looking forward to having you. Vicky, good from Uniforms and More. Good to see you. One of our fabulous vendors coming to Float. Good to see you out there. Elise, that is a conversation off chat. I can share with you that information afterwards. Yeah, people are chuckling about the leaf gutter. For those of you that were at Float 2022, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, there we go. Very excited about that. All right. And want to remind everybody, doors will open at 7 p.m. From 7:30 p.m., to 8 p.m., the ridiculously talented Mia Asano is coming back to float once again. She's going to be performing for 30 minutes prior to the start of opening night. So you don't want to show up at 5 till 8. You don't. You want to be there for Mia's show because she's amazing. You can find her on Instagram. I need to get this damn slide up here. Mia Asano Music. She is stupidly talented. I think I'm not sure if she's still in Europe or not. She was on a tour in Europe and now she's back. I think she's back. But either way, she is stupidly talented and we can't wait to have her back with us again. So very excited to have Mia joining us. And then 8 o'clock is when the opening night ceremonies begin. Keep in mind, we will have the winners of the floaties will be announced at opening night. And of course, the first ever formal float fashion show will be taking place at opening night as well. So we're very excited about that. Don't forget, the float night market will be taking place on Monday, the next day. So the float vendor showcase is closed during the day because we've created the float night market. That's going to be taking place Monday from 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that is a pajama party theme. So please dress comfy. Okay. We're very excited about that. Is opening night when we dress up. Again, all of that information is in our Instagram feed right now. Okay. But we'll come back and do it too. Sounds so good hearing our name. Oh, of course. Well, you're sponsoring the event. How can we not? So there we go. We'll come back to that when we have time. Okay. God love you. Dina is posting the link. Thank you so much, Dina, for Mia's link in the chat. Thank you so much for that. She posted it in both Instagram and Facebook. So guys, if you're watching live, check out the link. Go follow her. She's amazing. All right. Also, don't forget that on Tuesday night, we're encouraging everyone to take part in Philomena's Teddy Bear Toy Drive. Bring a plush animal, either brand new or gently used. And those animals are all being donated to Shine for Isla, which will give them out to children's hospitals and to women's shelters for children in need. Okay. So that's going to be taking place. Also, this week, we will have the link up on the website. If you don't want to bring a plush animal, if you just want to buy one, by all means, you can purchase one and then we can go that way with that too. That'll be coming later this week. Don't forget that on Tuesday night, our first ever Battle of the Balloons bowling tournament is going to be taking place. All of our academic sponsors for Float have invited to participate in this first ever bowling tournament. Bowling is huge in Reno. Our hotel has 50 lanes. And all of our academic sponsors are invited to put a team together and bowl it out for the ultimate title of bowling badass at Float. So that's going to be taking place on Tuesday. And of course, all of you are welcome to come check it out too. And if you bowl, if you're a regular bowler and you want to be on one of the teams, they are allowed to bring in a ringer. They're allowed. It's 3 people from their own team and they can bring in 1 random person. So if you want to do this, if you want to participate and you think you're pretty good at bowling, reach out to your favorite sponsor and say, hey, I bowl. Just saying. And then, of course, the Float Designer Awards Gala on Wednesday, our tribute to Tommy DeLorenzo, sponsored by our friends at Metallic, Gemar, Calisan, High Shine, and Pioneer Balloon. That is being designed by the team from Balloons by Tommy. They are doing the decor. It's going to be gorgeous as always, and a loving tribute. We ask everyone to make sure that night you wear green, some element of green in your ensemble, okay? Again, all of the information for dress and attire is on our Float Instagram feed right now. I will post it in the Float group tomorrow, so you'll have access to it too. I actually meant to do it earlier today, and I got sidetracked with some other stuff. So there we go. Okay, so there's that. Guys, we are very, very honored and excited to bring you this convention. We don't take this lightly. We are very serious about making sure that this event is going to bring you as much ROI as it possibly can because we appreciate the fact of how much you're investing to be there. We look forward to having you joining us in Reno. And if there's anything that we can do, please let us know. If we can, we will. If we can't, we'll have a damn good reason why. Okay? So there's that. We're looking forward to it. Thank you very much. God love you, Natasha. In the comments, opening night is when you wear orange or something that fits the outer space theme. The gala is when you get fancy. That's right. There you go. Also keep in mind with the opening night concept, outer space could mean outer space or aliens. It could also be Star Wars cosplay. It could be Star Trek cosplay. It could be, all kinds of fun stuff, whatever you want to do. It could be science fantasy or science fiction. Don't matter. Okay. As long as it's PG-13, because there's kids there. All right, let's talk about the street level content. Let's start off with our step chat survey. Today's question was interesting. It was kind of like every time I talk to people at Float, um, I get questions. Like somebody's always like, "Oh, one day I'll enter the contests or whatever," or "Oh, one day this or one day that." So I thought today would be a good question. What is your ultimate Float dream experience? Um, and like what's the one thing at Float you've always wanted to do or would love to do, or what's like your realistic? I guess I shouldn't be surprised that the number one vote getter was win a free registration to Float 2028. And there are ways to do that, by the way. So there's that. Carrie, thank you so much for that sweet comment. Thank you very much for that. So we put a whole bunch of options out there. Number one, of course, was winning a free registration to Float 2028. Everybody loves it when their pocketbook benefits. I'm kind of surprised. I was surprised that being selected as a designer for decor and winning designer of the year were even. But yeah, that was really, and being selected as an instructor, I thought is low. Wow, I was kind of surprised it was that low. But yeah, so there's that. The one that got me really was so sweet, which was Jackie Young from Scotland, who said, "My dream has been to come to Float. And because I'm finally making it, my dream is already coming true." And that was very sweet of you to say. Thank you very much for that. And by the way, that AI generated Float meme that you made, that was a little distracting in like the best possible way. Holy cow. So there you go. So yeah. So thank you all for taking part in this week's survey. I do want to remind everybody that Float is on YouTube at youtube.com/@thefloativerse. I have sucked the last couple of weeks. I do apologize. The step chat episodes have not made it. And I just been dealing with a lot, and I apologize. So I suck. I will get them up there. I promise. Because remember, Facebook dumps them and Instagram dumps them almost right away. So I got to get these uploaded so that you guys can have access to them. So I do apologize for that. Because I suck. So yeah, Float, or it's youtube.com/@thefloativerse. Okay. And don't forget too, we are on TikTok as well. We've started posting there somewhat regularly at the Floativerse on TikTok. So if you'd like to follow us there, we would love it. Thank you so very much. By the way, we do ask that if you do follow us on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. That'll help push our content as well. Okay. And finally, I want to end tonight with the Wall of Awesome. This is a new thing that we're doing at Float. We've talked about this a couple times, but I'm going to explain it really quickly. This year at Float, we're going to have a big balloon wall, and on that balloon wall are going to be a bunch of notes. And when people do really good things, maybe they taught a great class, maybe they blew you away with a design, or maybe you're just happy as hell that you made a new friend. You go to the reg desk, you say, "Can I get a card for the Float wall?" You fill it out, you turn it back in, and then throughout the day, Float staff will be posting these notes to the Wall of Awesome for you to have the opportunity to say who's or what is awesome at Float. We want to manifest positivity, and that's what this wall is all about. Last week, we gave a huge shout out to my buddy Scott Shortreed, who not only is on Float staff, but was a personal rock for me in the last week, to say the least. So Scott, thank you again for that. But this week we have a new Wall of Awesome candidate, and this one goes to one of our faculty. This individual, honestly, I love it when there are some people that like, I want to help, right? Every once in a while you get somebody who's like, "I want to help." And then you're like, "Okay, great. Can you do this?" "Oh, yeah, I can do that." They don't really want to do it, right? They don't really, they want the credit of saying, "I want to help," but they don't necessarily really want to do it. And sadly, we experience that a lot. But there's been one individual that has not only done that, not the bad thing, the good thing, but like has actually taken the time to send me like breakdowns and outlines of things she's going to do. And like, okay, I'm going to make a video on this. What do you think? Well, I'm going to make a video on this. I want to make a video on this. I want to make a video on this. I want to make a video on this. And I'm like, oh my God, like you're amazing. And she's already started it. So it's not like, it's just a bunch of promises. It's already happening. Folks, I have to give the biggest shout out in the world to Poco Loco herself, Leslie Hicks. Leslie, thank you very much for everything you've done to step up and help us out. Really means a lot. It really does help push us out there and getting attention and in all the right ways. So thank you, Leslie, for all your help. Little Poco Loco. Thank you. And with that being said, everybody, that will bring us to the end of tonight's slideshow presentation. So let's get here. Let's stop screen sharing. There we go. So thank you. Okay. Before I go too far, I need to scroll back. There was a question that was asked on Instagram, and I said, I got to come back to it. And so I'm going to do that right now. And then I'm going to start highlighting the questions that were out here on Facebook. Okay. So from Maryville, question, can I attend all the non-paying classes if there is room upon arrival? So I'm assuming that means, are you asking do you not have to sign up in advance is what you're saying? And the master classes are what need to be paid for. So yes, that is correct. So let's try this again. So if you want to take master classes at Float, yes, you do have to, you have to pay for those to take them. Your general classes, it is highly recommended that you sign up in advance, because some of these classes are going to sell out. There's no question. We have a situation like, okay, the number one time you got to worry about it is when one session's being taught in English and one's being taught in Spanish. Unless you're bilingual. If you speak Spanish, if that's the case, then you definitely want to sign up for the Spanish class, because I guarantee you there'll be like 15 or 20 people in that class versus a sold out class on the other side. So it's always a good thing to do. Okay. So there's that. But if you're limited to English, then you're going to want to sign up in advance, because some of these classes will absolutely sell out. Okay. But yeah, hopefully that covers the question you were trying to ask. So there's that. Okay. All right. Let me scroll back through here. I got to go like all the way back to the beginning, I think, for this. For some of the questions that I said I would come back for. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. So here's a question not related at all to Float. Random question. Do we know not where, but when Fulcrum will be? Yes. Fulcrum will absolutely be end of January 2027. We will announce where at Float. End of January 2027. So there's that. Okay. So that was an easy one. Yay. Okay. For those of you that are unaware, let's put that back up there. For those of you unaware, so Float is every other year, right? Float is every other year. 2026, 2028. Yes, come here. All right. Sorry. I know you're all waiting. So Float, let's get you on Instagram too. Thank you, sir. Float 2026 and 2028. In between Float 2026 and 2028 is Fulcrum 2027. Fulcrum is predominantly business oriented only. There's a little bit of hands-on stuff. There's a little bit of design stuff. But for the most, thank you. But for the most part, yes, he's like, stop talking about that. Talk about the business. But yes, it's predominantly a business-oriented event. It's panel discussions about various topics and that kind of thing. We're having a couple of Fulcrum panels at Float. We have 2 Fulcrum panels at Float on Sunday that you are welcome to attend. Thank you, sir. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Murphy's getting all the hearts now. So there you go. Yeah, I don't ever get these kind of hearts. He gets them all, but it's okay. I get it. He's better looking than I am. All right. Let's see here. Let me scroll back down here. Here we go. Becky, have you announced how many tickets have sold? I need to mentally prepare for the crowds. So yes, I did talk about this earlier. As of right now, we have about 650 people registered, but we are gaining people almost every day. It is my prediction that we'll be somewhere between 7 and 750 by the time it's all done. So there's that. Yeah, so that was an easy one. So there we go. All right. Let's see here. Sherry asked this. I'll repeat it again for everybody. Are the notes from the foundation classes going to be in the general class notebooks? Yes, they are. The difference is that the foundation class notebook does not have your notes in it, but your notebooks have all the general the foundation notes as well. So you have all 52 classes in your notebook. It's a big book. I think it came to 444 pages is what it came to. So yeah. Once again, just to reiterate, the dress code for the events can be found on our Instagram feed. If you go to the feed and look at the memes, they're all there. And I'll post them in the float group tomorrow. I meant to do that. I meant to do that sooner, and I just didn't do it. Let's see here. Sorry, hold on. Leaf gutter people coming again. Is opening night we dress up? I think we covered that one. Opening night. There we go. Oh, well, that's funny. Yes. Once you're done addressing all the important questions, I'd like to see Murphy, please, and thank you. I think we took care of that for you. There you go. Okay. Here's a good question. And I've got one from Instagram too that I got to cover from my good friend Julia. Good to see you. Will the general classes schedule not change? Will they remain as they are already scheduled by day and time? As of right now, yes and no. Okay. So here's what I can tell you. So unless a teacher cancels at this point or something, and this close to the event, it normally doesn't happen. But then again, last year it did. Or last year, last year, 3 weeks before the convention had happened. All the classes should pretty much stay the same. Now there is one factor that can absolutely change at this point and will change this week. Because we're looking at a maximum of 25, maybe 27 people total in the foundation program. There's no sense in having 2 class sessions of each. There's none. It doesn't make any sense at all to have 10 people and 10 people or 10 and 15 or whatever. So what's going to happen is we are going to eliminate one of the foundation class sessions in each cluster. So you know how normally we have classes that are doubled up, right? So we have a foundation class. So we have, let's say we have twisting and organic at the same time at 8 and at 10. Well, twisting will be at 8, organic's going to be at 10, and that's it now. We're going to eliminate those 2 sessions. There's just no sense in it. But that's the only change that I see coming to the schedule. And I promise to get that taken care of ASAP because the hotel needs it ASAP. Bergen, is that you posting the link to, I think you posted the link to our Instagram, the dress code, right? Is that what you did in Facebook? Thank you for that. So there you go. Okay. All right. So hopefully that helps. We had a really good question asked over on Instagram from Ronise. If you have the flotation pass, do you need to sign up for classes? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You don't get to just walk in anything you want. You did with the old system because that was paper tickets. We don't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. So you have to actually sign up, but you get ahead of everybody else. So keep that in mind. You don't have to sign up for the master classes and bonus classes, but general classes you do. Okay? So there's that. There you go. And again, if you're in the foundation program, which I believe you are, those classes are assigned to you anyway. So you're good there. Okay? So there we go. There we go. Okay. All right. With that being said, I got a few minutes to hang out. Let's see if anybody's got any new questions or comments to throw out there. Feel free. Oh, it looks nope. It was weirdly delayed differently on Instagram. So there we go. Okay. So yeah. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Oh wait, whoa! Here's a great question from Dina. And yes, Dina, thank you for bringing this up. Oh, that's so funny. Autofill took over when you wrote float. That's funny. But the flotation pass does not allow you to skip a line. That is correct. There was, see, okay, so let's talk about the floats that were. In 2022 and 2024, we had tickets, physical tickets that you would get in line for to get, but the flotation pass, you didn't need a ticket. You got now what people don't realize is, just like now, you got to pick your classes in advance. So if you had a flotation pass, you would tell us what classes you're going to take, and then we give you the tickets ahead of time. So that way you didn't have to wait in the line. You just got your tickets and you went. Okay. But people seem to think that it also meant you didn't have to wait in line to go to class. You could just walk right in and pick your seat. No, that's not the case. Flotation passes do not let you cut the line in front of a classroom. It only gets you ahead of the line when it comes to selecting your classes. So let's be very, very clear on that. Okay. Great question, Dina. Thank you very much. Jenny Porter has a great question. Do instructors sign up for classes? Yes, you do. And you'll be getting an email on that very topic this week. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, so there we go. Becky, you're welcome. Thank you so much. We thank you for your support. Appreciate you coming. What is he's tearing something up? And I don't know what the hell it is. And I don't want to know. So there we go. Speaking of, this was a gift. Thank you very much. But speaking of opening night, I'd love to see a stormtrooper walk in. That'd be great. So there we go. Here we go. Here's a great question from Victoria on Instagram. You probably already answered this, but what is the average classroom size? We actually did not answer this. Average classroom size, not tonight anyway. Average classroom size is 150 people. So Carson 1 and 2 and Carson 3 and 4 are the anagram and Batalic rooms respectively. Those will have 200 seats. Carson 3 and 4, Carson 1 and 2, Carson 4 and 5, Nevada 1 and 2, Nevada 4 and 5, and Nevada 9 and 10, seat 150. The other classrooms, which are Nevada 6, 7, and 8, seat 90. Okay. And we've been placing instructors in those rooms based predominantly upon delegate interest in each class. And we may have to do some shuffling at float, but I doubt it. Because again, we're going to go in and manually set how many people can sit in each room. So there's that. Sarah, have you addressed the handicap seats? Sarah is referring to the Blue Badge program. The Blue Badge program is no longer in existence at Float. Done. I'm sorry. I'm tired of it. I don't mean to sound callous. I don't mean to sound disrespectful. We even had somebody pull out of Float because of that. I'm sorry, guys. We're done. For those of you that aren't familiar, Float created the Blue Badge. The intention was to create special privileges for those individuals that needed special privileges at Float. For example, they have a hard time seeing or a hard time hearing, or they're physically limited and and they can't necessarily get to a seat. So we created special designated seats in the classroom that were Blue Badge seats, and you had to sign up in advance and you had to submit medical documentation. You had to submit a letter from your doctor stating that you needed it for whatever reason. It turned into the nastiest, pettiest, stupidest BS I've ever had to deal with at Float. From both sides, by the way. From both sides. I had people nearly coming to blows. I had people walking into rooms deciding that you have to get up because I have a blue badge. When that person, by the way, never signed up for that class. Um, I have people that that had legitimate issues, legitimate problems, and people crying and whining over why they got special privileges. And then, of course, we got wind of people abusing the policy and basically getting a friendly doctor. I need a letter. And they didn't need the damn thing. They didn't need it at all. Everybody knew it. Everybody could see it. And so, and then we had people throwing fits because the letter stated they have limited mobility issues. Okay, so we gave them a seat on the aisle in the back row. Oh no, I'm supposed to be in the front. No, you have limited mobility. That means you need to sit right here. And then they get angry because they're not in the front row. Done. So that's over. Okay. So there you go. So the address is we ain't doing it. We're done. We tried. We gave it a good try. We did what, 3 or 4 years of that? We're done. Miss Stephanie, do you have projector screens so everyone can see? Yes, and not only do we have projector screens, we have live camera operators in every classroom this year. Every classroom. Every classroom. We've paid a butt ton of money to have a live camera operator in every classroom this year. So if the teacher is demonstrating something at the front of the room, the camera operator is going to switch to the instructor so you can see what's happening. They're even talking about providing us with overhead cameras for the rooms. So if the teacher is doing something down here, there you go. You don't get all of it. You're not going to get 3, 4, 5 cameras. You're going to get 2. You're going to have a live operator and you have something else, and then that's how we're going to work it. Very excited about this. Linda, we did cover this, but what date do we sign up for regular classes? If you are a flotation pass holder, you sign up on Wednesday, January 7th. If you're an Aloft member, it's January 8th. And if you're a regular attendee, it's January 9th. There we go. So there we go. Okay. All good questions. All good. And Linda, I'm sure you came late. That's probably what it is because you're normally paying a lot of attention. So there we go. There you go. So yeah. And the camera operators will have an A/B switch. My original thought was that the teachers would have the A/B switch, but they've made it very clear that that's going to stay in the hands of the operators. So what that means is if the teacher is doing a slideshow and they're doing demo, the camera operator will switch back and forth between the slideshow and the live operator. So there you go. And obviously what we'll do is try to encourage the instructors to speak to the operator prior to class to get a feel for what they're going to be doing. And so the operator can make the best decision based upon the situation at hand. So there's that. So yeah. And I got to tell you, it ain't cheap. The AV bill is scary. So, but it's paid. That's the best part. So there we go. That's one of the reasons why we can't refund anybody now, because checks were cut. So there you go. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I think we're going to call it a night, folks. Thank you all very much for being here once again. Thank you for joining me here in the Floativerse from the Floatress of Solitude outside Seattle, Washington. Appreciate you. I know I've been saying this a lot lately, and today has made me feel it even more. I cannot say enough how honored and flattered I am that so many of you have chosen to trust us with your business investment. We will work our butts off to make sure that this event is the best it can be and that you can make as much money as you possibly can from what you learn and take home from this event. But remember, we can create the environment. You got to be there. You got to be the one to apply yourself. Okay? That's the thing. Take a moment and make a list of 3 things. 3 things. set 3 goals for this convention. These are 3 things I definitely want to achieve at this event. Maybe it's I want to learn a technique. I want to take a class from an artist. I want to take something completely foreign to me. I want to learn something completely brand new. Maybe it's I want to take a moment to really get to know one of the manufacturers. Maybe you're trying to find a sponsorship and maybe you're like, you know what, that's my goal. I'm going to make it my goal to really connect with a sponsor. And so they know my name when this event is over. Maybe your goal is maybe one of your goals could be just, I need to network with people outside my market. I need to create my tribe, right? I need to create people that I can be 100% honest with, who are not in direct competition with me. Make that a goal. And make it to where you have people, right? Maybe it's just, maybe one of your goals is to literally just one night, I just want to play and not have to worry about anything else, but just enjoy balloons. Okay. Whatever, give yourself 3 goals and set out to make those goals while you're there. Okay. Miss Stephanie, I knew what you meant. Not balloon related. Were you guys impacted by the flooding? No, not really. I did post a video on my feed. There's a river over here, ironically enough, called the Raging River. And normally it's a trickle. Like in the summer, it's like barely there at all. And I posted a video of July versus now. It damn near flooded. We weren't in a flood zone, but the flood zone's very close. About 3 miles down the road was completely underwater. I don't know if you saw, there was a viral video going around of a herd of elk swimming, or like literally swimming across a football field. That was the town over. That was crazy. So there you go. That's funny, Julia. I'm not going to run at float. I wish I could say that. I hope I don't have to do that. Julie, playing is my goal this float. Learn and chill. There you go. Looking forward to that. Can't wait to see it. Okay, folks. Thank you all very much. I appreciate your time once again. Don't forget, between now and Next Step Chat, if you're looking for something to do on Christmas Day, I'll be hosting a live Step Chat episode from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Pacific time. That means 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and whatever the hell time it is where you are. Okay. That'll be taking place on the Float Facebook group only, not doing it on Instagram. We're doing it on Facebook. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. You're always welcome, and you're not alone. You're only alone if you want to be. We're here for you if you need us on Christmas. Okay. So with that being said, see y'all later. Go out there and kick some butt. Have a good one.